welcome back to Pathology. Today I'm going to talk to you all about VIPKID. So what is a VIPKID? I get this question all the time. Seriously, since I started 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago now, I am asked constantly, what are you doing for work? How do you stay afloat? How do you travel so much? What is VIPKID? VIPKID is an online learning platform where people in the US and other countries can teach cute little nuggets in China the correct way to speak English, to pronounce English, the phonics. If you get to higher levels, you get to teach things like science, math, different curriculums, which are super awesome and fun to teach and fun for the kids to learn. The parents of the students get to completely hand select the teacher that they want for their kid. And so you get to put up a video, kind of sell yourself, and the parents get to pick you and say, you know what? That's pretty cool. She's a nurse or she has teaching experience. So the number one question I get asked is, how are you doing this as a nurse if you don't have a teaching background? You don't need one. I'm not a teacher by trade. I have camp counseling experience of several years. I have babysitting and nannying experience with children in my own family, and all of these little things count toward the VIPKID hiring team saying, okay, you know what? They're passionate about this and we'd love to have them on board. So the things you need to be a VIPKID teacher: a college degree in literally anything. You could do nursing just like I did. You could be an engineer. You could do anything. You don't have to have a background in teaching to teach for VIPKID. And you need to be a native English speaker. As long as you can enunciate and pronounce your words correctly, bada bing, you'll get hired. Some of my favorite things about VIPKID is that I have no commute. So when I was a nurse working in downtown Minneapolis, I had an hour going to work and over an hour in the morning because I would work overnights, and it would be brutal. You just worked a 12.5-hour shift. You're dead tired. Going home in the morning, hands on the wheel, try not to fall asleep. Go home, crash, do it all over again for 5 more days. I mean, it was just gnarly. And this is one of my favorite things about VIPKID because of those experiences, that I don't have a commute. I roll out of bed, depending if I'm teaching in the morning or at night. I'm wearing my pajama pants, I'm sitting next to my dog, I heat up my coffee, and I'm teaching, and I'm making money from my house, on my couch, on my bed, on a chair. As long as I have a clean background that looks adjacent to something that you would see in a classroom, I'm fine. It's amazing. My second favorite thing about VIPKID is that I make my own schedule entirely. So this isn't one of those jobs where they say, oh, you know, you make your own hours, but you really don't. You do. You make your own schedule, and it is how much work you're putting into it that you are going to receive and get out in return. So for instance, if I am planning my schedule for next week, I know, okay, I'm free Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I could use Tuesday off because I'm gonna do, you know, a family picnic, or I'm gonna go to the lake that day, or whatever. But I know in my head, probably won't teach on Tuesday. And then Sunday, say I have church. I just won't open any spots on Tuesday or Sunday, but I'll totally book myself out all the other days of the week. As a VIPKID teacher, you can teach, at least from my area of the world, Central. I'm currently in Minnesota. I can teach anywhere from 7:30 p.m. to about 9 a.m. That's kind of like the broad range. This is great for me because I'm used to working overnights, and so I can teach 4 hours a night or so. I usually teach from 8 to 10, 8 to midnight, 8 to 1 a.m., however late I want to stay up that night. Or if I teach just 3 hours in the night, I will wake up early and teach a couple. I'll maybe teach one at 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30. So I'll get a few in the morning as well. But it totally depends on the day, and that's what I love about it, is that no day looks the same for me unless I want it to. The third thing I really love about VIPKID is that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means that I am teaching one child at a time. That's it. Similar platforms and companies that do pretty much the same thing as VIPKID have 4-to-1, so you're teaching 4 students at a time in 4 different little squares on the screen. Trying to control 4 students, let me tell you, would be extremely difficult. The 1-to-1 gives you such a personal glimpse into the student's life. You can cater your different props to the things they like, to their background, to things that'll grab their attention. It's really cool because you get such a connection with one-to-one, and they learn so much more. They learn so much better and more, they learn more content. I am my own independent contractor. I'm my own branding, which is amazing, and I love that. So it's up to me how I show up for work, how I put myself forward, and it's completely up to me what kind of props I use. It's just so cool that that is unique to me and how I teach. Along with that is that the classes are only a half hour. That means I'm teaching for 25 minutes and then I have 5 minutes to do feedback. And because they're only a half hour, I can teach, say, 8 p.m. to midnight, but leave myself a half hour slot so I can go eat, I can go to the bathroom, I can just make it as comfortable as I want it to for myself. I can line it up so that it works perfectly for me, which is great. My next favorite thing is that I can open up spots last minute, and at this point in the game for me, about 3-4 months in, they get booked most of the time. It's within a 24-hour period. I can say, you know what, I'm not doing much at 10 o'clock tonight. I think I'll book a couple classes. I'll open them up to see if they'll get booked. And if a student books them, I get $2 extra per half hour. So I'll go into a whole nother video about the pay structure. It's a little wonky, but it's awesome. And we'll talk about things then. Another great thing is that unlike other jobs, once you sign a contract and you sign up to teach, say you teach 1 or 2 classes and you're like, you know what, this isn't really for me, I don't have a penalty if I want to quit. So I just don't open up any more spots. In 6 months, my contract will expire. They won't renew it for me because they see, okay, she hasn't been teaching, she doesn't want to do this, and there's no penalty. Nothing happens, they just don't renew me. I don't have to put in, 4 weeks notice. I don't have to tell anyone, hey, I'm going on vacation this week. Nothing, I just don't open spots then, and it's complete freedom. My final favorite thing, let me tell you, is the freedom that comes with this job, like I just mentioned. The traveling availability is unreal. I have taught in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Deadwood, South Dakota. I've taught in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've even done a lesson in the car. Cabins, Airbnbs, my grandpa's house. Like, you can do it from actually anywhere. I've gone so many places in the last few months, and it's all because this job has been so flexible. This is just such a rare gift to find in a job where the flexibility is outstanding. You really are your own contractor. You really are in charge of your entire schedule. And that's just been such a blessing and has allowed me to spend so much time with the people that I love. And my dog, I've spent so much time with her. This is my dog, Mitty. And just things like that where I just otherwise would not be able to be home. And that's been really cool. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye.